Hello, and thank you for tuning into this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Our guest host today is Abby Wyman. She is our adoption coordinator and animal control clerk here at the Ames Animal Shelter. So she has a variety of animals she's going to show you today. So let's meet Abby and some amazing animals available for adoption here at the Ames Animal Shelter.
Alrighty, my first guest today is Georgie. When we are asked to do the Animals and Ames show, we kind of get to pick what animals we get to do. So of course I had to pick my favorite in the building right now. We won't tell the other cats he's my favorite, but Georgie knows he's my favorite. He is a big snuggler, loves to snuggle right up in your arms. In fact, when I'm snuggling with him in his kennel, when I try to put him back, he will turn around and climb right back up into my arms. So if you're looking for a snuggly lap boy, this is it. He is very, very sweet. He is not as sure about medical stuff being done to him. We actually joke that you can't come near him with anything medical in mind because he will not be happy about it. Doesn't even really like his ears messed with. So he's funny. He can tell your intent when you're coming up to him. So he was not feeling very well when he first arrived. So another reason I wanted to bring Georgie on the show is because he was helped in particular by donation money. He had a lot of GI upset. So when they arrive as strays, one of the first things we're worried about with GI upset besides parasites is blockages, not knowing what he was eating outside. So we got up to the Rowan Vet Clinic, I think within a day of him being here, and they did an x-ray and took a look at everything to make sure he didn't have anything blocking him that would need surgery or anything like that, which of course we would have done if he had, but he did not have anything. It was just kind of some upset stomach issues. So Georgie got lots of medication while he was here. He seems to have his GI system upset by stress. So we have been giving him lots of snuggles, lots of tasty food, and he's been doing really well. He did come to us, I think I mentioned, as a stray. So we don't know his exact date of birth. We've estimated him to be about 2 years old. So he's still on the young side, still gonna have lots of energy, need to be played with, but super, super sweet. He just wants to look at you and snuggle with you all the time. So I have to kind of convince him to turn around and look at the camera. But like I said, if you're looking for a snuggle buddy, Georgie's gonna be your boy. Alrighty, and my next guest today is Obsidian. If we're keeping in line with my favorite cat theme, Obsidian being a black and white tuxedo, everyone jokes these are Abby cats because I have 3 tuxedo cats of my own at home. So Obsidian also came in as a stray, just like Georgie. We thought he was about another year older, which makes him about 3. He's a little nervous up here. He's a very curious cat. He's been looking around the entire time he's been up here. See if I can convince him to stay here with me. He's very sweet. Actually, when someone was meeting him to adopt him, he was on a bottom kennel, and we do not have any open meet and greet rooms right now due to our hoarding cats taking those up. So it's kind of the unfortunate thing right now is people are having to meet with cats in their kennels. But he just sat right next to them. When they opened up his kennel door, he just sat right down on the floor next to him and snuggled, and very, very, very sweet and affectionate. He's not really showing that very well right now because he's a little nervous, but he is really a huge sweetie pie, loves to snuggle, very curious, very active, would do great with someone who's looking for an active, playful cat in their home who's also a good snuggler. And he does, when he feels a little comfortable, he'll snuggle down here in a second. So Obsidian, like I said, 3 years old. He is neutered. We get everyone spayed and neutered before they go home. Has all of his claws, which is the way we want it to be. They're born with their claws. We want them to keep their claws. So where are you going? He wants to explore. He sees the other cats running around on the floor, so he's very curious as to what's going on. But like I said, very, very sweet, very cuddly, very playful. I think the only reason he's still here is because we had a lot of kittens available for adoption. Otherwise, I think he would have gotten snatched up by now. So if you're looking for a sweet, active, cuddly kitty, then Obsidian is your guy. All right, and my next friends today are much smaller than the last two ones. This is Dash and Brownie. They are two guinea pigs that were surrendered to us. It was a situation where the children in the home were not really taking care of the guinea pigs very well anymore, and so the parents elected to bring them here to the shelter. They're very, very sweet. Obviously, they're comfortable with eating greens out of my hands. The volunteers have really, really liked them and said they're very sweet. They are a prey animal, so they're very nervous when you first reach to grab them. They are typically going to be very scared, try to run away, kind of squirm. But when they're just sitting nicely here with you like this, they're very sweet. It helps the veggies are distracting them right now. So we tend to see this a fair bit where people will get them from a pet store. They're fun and exciting for a couple of years and then they're not so much anymore. People kind of don't think about the fact that it's still a commitment, just like it is with a cat or a dog. These guys can live 5, 7, 9 years sometimes. So it's a big commitment. And they do need regular care just like cats and dogs do. They need hay, fresh water, pellets, and especially greens like these that are high in vitamin C. Guinea pigs can get scurvy if they don't get enough vitamin C. They have a higher vitamin C requirement than even rabbits. So lots of good veggies for them, and they need regular nail trims, things like that. So they're not quite like a fish where you can just stick them in a cage and throw food at them once a day and enjoy them. They do still require some upkeep. But again, very, very sweet. Obviously used to having people handle them. Just a little nervous when you first reach to grab them. What? Are you going to chew on a microphone? Don't do that. There's more over here. And the different veggies that we do offer them here at the shelter, you can see they kind of have like a full salad here. I get kind of jealous sometimes. They have kale, romaine, some flat leaf parsley. The cilantro is what always gets us in the morning. It smells so good. So you can offer them a wide variety of things. They can even have fruits as a treat, kind of like with us with ice cream. You can't give it to them all the time, but it's a sweet little treat for them. So raspberries, strawberries, different things like that. So it's a good opportunity to be able to bond with them and get them used to you, giving them veggies like this, because obviously they're very distracted and happy. So they are not just nutritious for them, but a good training opportunity as well. So if you're looking for a nice set of guinea pigs, Dash and Brownie are your boys. One thing that a lot of people also don't think about when they're getting guinea pigs is the adequate cage sizes for them. You can get them out of their cages for exercise time and running around, but they do spend a lot of time living in their kennels. So it's important to make sure they have one that is an appropriate space for them. Most of the ones you buy commercially at some of the pet stores might not be the right size for them. You can use good resources like guineapigmanual.com has ideal dimensions for you, and you can actually build them yourselves. People actually build some pretty intricate ones with ramps and multiple levels, and you can do really cool stuff for them. So the commercial size one might work when they're itty bitty babies, but as they get bigger, they're gonna need a lot more room to run around. So guineapigmanual.com is a really great resource for cage sizes, cage ideas, and other guinea pig care ideas that you might need a little bit of help figuring out. Brownie and Dash are a bonded pair. We do not want to separate them. Guinea pigs bond very, very closely with each other. So it's really sad for them to be alone, well, except for when they're arguing over veggies. But they do have a hard time being a singleton, and they actually also have an even harder time when they're separated from their partner that they're bonded with. So they are the same gender, so we don't have any babies going on, and we do require they be adopted together so these sweet little boys aren't separated. And my very last friend today is Buddy. Buddy is about 3 to 4 years old. He came to us as an owner surrender dog. It was actually a really sad situation. He has been someone's emotional support animal for several years. They had a family emergency where they had to move back home to another state to be with family. And there wasn't a situation where they could take Buddy with them or have somewhere for him to stay while he was with them back in Oregon. So they really tried a lot of other solutions, but did end up having to decide to surrender Buddy. So we are looking for a home for him. He's a very sweet dog. He was sweet from the moment he got here, a little nervous, but very sweet. He does know sit and lay down. He hasn't been wanting to do them on camera. He's a little nervous, but he's very treat motivated. Buddy, he can smell the kitties in the room nearby, so he's a little distracted. He's all up to date on his vaccines. He's had rabies, distemper, bordetella, heartworm test, heartworm preventative. They did a really good job about keeping him current on his vaccinations. He does pull a little bit on leash, seems to do well with other dogs. We haven't done a formal dog introduction. They did say that he's met cats before and done fine. If someone applied for him that did have cats, we would do a test with a dog-friendly cat to make sure that that is the case. We always like to do that to make sure that everyone's going to be safe in the home. He loves children, gets really excited when he meets new people, just all around very much a very friendly, well-liked dog here at the shelter. We have had one person apply for him, so we're hoping he'll be going home after that appointment, but he is still open and available for adoption if you are interested. We like to have other applications in line in case another one falls through, and that does happen sometimes. So if you are interested in adopting Buddy, he's a really sweet dog, very gentle, very kind. He takes treats very gently. Like I said, does good with kids, with other dogs. We were told he does good with cats as well. So all around a very sweet boy, and would love to be able to find a forever home.
So that is our show. I want to thank Abby for showing us some amazing animals today. So we had some guinea pigs that are looking for their forever home together. Of course, they're that bonded pair. Two beautiful cats that are waiting for an indoor forever home where they're going to keep their claws and given all the love and compassion that they need. And of course, Buddy, the Labrador Retriever mix that is looking for a forever home that's going to commit to him and give him the best life that he could possibly have. So amazing animals here waiting for their home at the Ames Animal Shelter. If you're interested in adopting, as Abby mentioned, make sure you go to amesanimalshelter.org and complete that adoption application, and we will be in touch with you. And if the application's approved, schedule a time for you to come down and meet some of those animals, or potentially others if there doesn't seem to be a good match there with them. So I want to thank everybody for watching.